Anywho, just trying to adjust my little earrings. Good morning. I pray that everybody has slept well and had a peaceful slumber. Hey, hello, good morning. Thank you for taking the time out to check me out at work, to support me at work. It's always and much appreciated. But good morning to you. Good morning to everyone. I pray that everyone is doing well today. You guys, we made it another day. We are up. We made it and we are able another day. This is a day the Lord has made. I want to apologize for my behavior. I'm only apologizing to the people that I love and care about and the people that love and care about me had to witness me getting out of pocket yesterday. And I want to apologize to you guys. Um, about that. And I'm only apologizing because I love you guys and I appreciate you guys and your support is everything to me. But I want you guys to keep in mind, um, and you guys know I'm a stickler on this. I don't go on people's pages telling them, what they should go live about, what they shouldn't go live about, what they shouldn't post, and what they should not post. I don't do that because that's just not something I'm willing to do. So, and anything that I say with respect. And like I said, I'm only apologizing to the people I love and care about, and to the people that love and care about me, the people that support me, the people that come on here to be inspired and to teach me things and to who just come on here basically to support me. You are the ones that I'm apologizing to. I'm not apologizing to anyone that I was actually talking to, and you know who you are. And you had the audacity to text me this morning. I'm just like, bruh. Anyway, so and I'm actually on my way to take one of my kids to my lip gloss. It's just hate my lip gloss sticks. But anyway, on my way to take one of my children to a follow up appointment. Um, so that's what I'm doing today. But anyway, I want to say good morning again. I have always been the girl, always been the person who sent out all the text messages, right? That said, good morning, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, have a blessed day, this and that, and this and this. And I found myself, remember, guys, I talked about this before. I found myself always doing that, always being the first one to reach out. I found myself when I stopped reaching out, I could see um just to prove to myself or just to clarify with myself, like, I wasn't delusional or, getting upset about anything or making something out to where it's not. And then in fact, it is the truth. I am the one who always sent all of my friends these good morning messages Monday through Sunday, literally. Good morning. It would say happy Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Friday, Sunday prayers, this is this. And I noticed that when I stopped doing that, I didn't hear from people. I didn't hear from people unless I was the one reaching out first. That's dead. That's played out. Um, I will send a message sometimes, say how you doing, this is this. But as far as me always having to initiate something, I'm not cool with that. So I'm coming on here this morning because I know you guys are going to get on, and I'm going to come on here and just say good morning to you all here. And I'm not really worried about anything else concerning my phone. Now, I will say this though. I do, and this is great. I was on here with Mr. Jamal. I don't know where you at. No, my friend Jamal is at work. He kept asking me why I'm single. And I remember you guys, I said one reason is because I haven't met anyone that met my expectations on communication. And then, I just, I'm very, it's taking it very slow because of my children too. I don't have to jack nobody up. I have come across a lot of people within the last year. I've met people, um, people that I've met, online or wherever it is. There's people I've met, looking to date or not looking to date or just for business purpose, whatever purpose is. Um, I'm a chatterbox, right? And I talk a lot. And a lot of times I expose myself. And, you know, I never tell a person, "Oh, I know you. I know how you are," because I don't believe that you ever really get to know a person. But one thing anyone can ever say about me, which is a good trait, that I listen. And I can't say, "Oh, I remember you told me your favorite color was purple. I remember you said you like these flowers. Or I remember you said you just, got a new townhouse or a new car or this is next." But for some reason, I keep attracting people that don't possess those same qualities where they can say, "Oh, your favorite color is purple," or, "I know that you like A, B, and C," or, "I know that you would never, come at me in a bad way. This, and that." So that's another part of me being single too. Because remember, you guys, I've been telling you guys that have been following me since my last page, I always express, and I tell you guys this: never accept anything less than what you put out. Like if you're putting out that are totally listening to a person, you're totally getting it. And that's just friends too. I'm not even talking about just relationship. I'm just talking about with anybody where you can, like I said, say, "Hey, I know that you like this or this and this or whatever, whatever." Because the smallest things brings joy to people. You guys don't understand it. And my thing was always, being a girl, there's a bunch of memes going around. Well, not going around, that exist, where they talk about, good night text and good morning text. And for each person, to each her or his own, right? So my thing is, like I said, I've always been the type of person to send out, "Hey, good morning, how are you doing? This is this." And I stopped doing that because I realized I was the only one doing it. If I had not reached out to these people that send like, "Good morning, how are you doing?" or whatever, these people would not even show me the time of day. So I stopped doing that. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not having 10 friends. I'm okay with not having 3 friends. I'm okay with everything. And I said that to say, again, good morning. um, I have one person. Oh, this is what I wanted to say first. Um, I was talking about the memes, right? About how, good morning memes and good night memes. And to be honest, those things are important to me. Most women, we love a good morning, beautiful. How are you doing? Have a great day. And, this, and this. And I would do stuff like that to my male friends, my female friends. "Hey, good morning, beautiful. Don't forget to look in the mirror today and, know that you are great. Say that you are great. And this is next." And I don't mind doing those things. I don't mind sending people messages and cheering people up and giving people inspirational things and giving someone some hope, you know what I'm saying, to look forward to. But hey, I like that stuff too. And I noticed that I don't, if I had not reached out to these people, and they wouldn't reach out to me. And not only that, and it might sound petty to some people, really don't care what you think, for real, for real. Again, never accept less than what you put out. Like, and I'll be honest with you, I've been like this for years. When I'm on Google and I'm sending out those good morning blessings and have a great day and this, and this, and or I'm sitting here, there's times where I've actually sat here and prayed, and then God gave me a prayer, and I've sent a person like a handwritten prayer. I like those things too. Like I said, I noticed that when I take a lot of time when I'm on Google and I'm Googling, I can sit there for like 30 minutes looking for something. And I try to personalize each of my, little cards or blessings or whatever that I send to my friends. Not everybody gets the same thing. You guys don't might not know that, but I don't randomly send everybody the same thing. I actually take my time and I go on Google and I be like, "Well, I know she's going through this or he's going through that. So I'm going to send them this type of blessing." And again, I don't mind doing that, but hey, I like that sometimes too. So I will give a shout out to this person. Every morning I get a "Good morning, beautiful," or "Good morning, how are you doing? Have a lovely day," without me having to reach out to this person. This has been going on for over a month. And I love it because that's my thing. We all have our things, right? And my thing is I love a good morning text. I'm one of those women, not a girl, because I'm a grown woman. I'm one of those women, young ladies, that love a good morning text. My other thing is too, I don't like going to bed angry. I don't like going to bed like, like upset or anything like that. So I like a good night text. "Good night, bless you, sleep well, blah, 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 this, and this. I like that. We like what we like. So when people ask me, well, why are you single? Why are you this and this? And it's because I haven't really found a person who meets my expectations. And people are offended by that. Don't be offended. Don't allow anyone to let you be offended or feel shamed about the expectations that you have. When you have like I said, it's okay to I tell people never settle, always be willing to compromise. And I can compromise on a lot of things, but we like what we like, we want what we want, and it's not anything extravagant. I'm not asking for anybody to send me roses every week or have to every single day say, oh, this. These are simple things, and it's so sad in dating. People can't even do simple things, and they wonder why they don't have successful relationships. It's because you're first of all, you're allowing people to give you less than what you put out, and I'm sick of that. Like, been there, done that, did it for too long. No, if I'm sending you messages and I'm encouraging you and trying to pick you up, and I'm calling you, how are your kids, how's your family, how's your mom, how your dad, and this and this. And I have people, right? I had to check somebody one time about a couple months ago. I had to check a person who would always text me and say, good morning, how are you doing? I'd be like, I'm doing okay. And I would reply, well, good morning, how are you? How's your family? This is, oh, my family's doing well. And that would be the end of the conversation. And then later on, maybe we'd have a conversation. And I just wanted to see, I'd reached out, well, how you doing? How your kids doing? Because I knew this person had a child that was sick. Oh, this person's doing okay. Mind you, I also had a child that wasn't feeling well. Do you think this person ever once said to me, hey, how's your daughter doing? Is she doing okay? You guys, open your minds up. Like, look at the long picture. I would never want to be in a relationship with a person who's only concerned about me. And I've come in contact with a lot of people like that. I'm picky. I'm allowed to be that way. When you're approaching me, thank you for approaching me. Thank you for saying good morning, Kim, or whatever. Hi, how are you doing? This is Ness. Um, people are just on different levels, right? If this is one thing I can say, and this is one thing a person can never say about me. When I know that a person has children or they're close to their family, this one thing you can never say is I don't never ask about the family or ask about the kids. And it kind of aggravates me when people continually try to connect with me and whatever, and they never ask about my kids. I am a package deal, and I'm not talking about just in relationships. I'm talking about period. We don't look long term about things. For example, you see this a lot, right? In the other communities. And what I mean by other communities are the Asian communities, Hispanic communities, Caucasian communities, where Jim and Bob are married, and Jim and Bob and have three kids. Jim and Bob would ever have these healthy relationships where they can call their friend Beth and Bill and say, hey, can you get the kids? We're going on vacation. Or, hey, I am looking to build like really good relationships with people where I know my kids are safe. I know my friends are going to be concerned about my kids. And you guys understand what I'm saying? Other communities, other races have those good reports and good relationships. And I talked about this last night with a friend of mine. We talked about, you would think in the African American community that we would be more unified, that we would be more connected, and we're not. So many African Americans are just so pitted on like stabbing each other in the back, and I just don't understand why. After everything our ancestors went through, you think that we would be more connected. And I'm not trying to say the whole community, because I have seen and I have been in situations, especially when I lived in the District of Columbia, where I would befriend someone and our kids would play together. I knew I could call him or her, and my kids would be safe. And we had long lasting friendships. And I see that in other communities where you see, again, the Asians, Caucasians, Hispanics, Indians. Oh, Me and Margaret, we've been friends for 15 years and our kids went to school together and they played together. It's not hard to make a relationship work. It's not hard to make a friendship work. It starts with humility, it starts with values, and it starts with putting out equality. The same thing, people stop accepting less than what you put out. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Over it. And I tell you guys all the time, I love meeting people. I love coming into contact with people. You know, and this is not funny, but it is funny, right? I was in the Dollar Tree, and I love it. I love meeting people. I was in the Dollar Tree the other day, and I was looking for some candles, like this white candles here. You guys know I keep my candles in the Dollar Tree the other day, and I just, I'm saying this to say we have to love life and just love people and just open up our minds and like try to do better, choose better friendships, relationships. It does something for our spirit. But I was in the Dollar Tree the other day, and you guys know there's a really horrific virus going on, and people are not really taking this virus seriously. Been three people in my state already confirmed with this virus. So there's a man right in the Dollar Tree. He's hacking and coughing, and I'm talking about. I'm like, oh my goodness, this man is he gonna? And I'm not trying to be funny. Is he gonna kill over? I mean, he was hacking, and you can hear all the phlegm and this, and I'm pushing my cart, and I hear him coming. So I'm like, and I'm not whatever. I'm like, I'm going to the next. I'm going to the next aisle. So while I'm pushing my cart and I'm thinking, and I'm just like, oh my God, he's coming my way. So this guy comes by, and this Hispanic guy, right, comes by in his cart, and he stops and he looks at me, and he's like, I'm going that way. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going that way too. And I said that to say a lot of times when we're out, when I talk about loving to meet people and interacting with people. And even though that was something that was kind of like a bad situation, the man was hacking and coughing and stuff, but I was able to, enjoy a laugh with someone that I didn't even know. Whereas I can walk past my own people and say, good morning, how are you? Good evening, ma'am. And they'll just be, how you doing? Or come on, people, let's get it together. Why can't we show more brotherly and sisterly love? I will say this though. The African American brothers form more brotherhoods than the African American sisters. And I'm not saying there aren't sisterhoods out here, but really men in general form better relationships like brohoods and stuff like that, brotherhoods, than women do. And I'm curious to know why. I don't understand that. And another thing I'm so sick of hearing people say, oh, like the opposite people, like guys will say or females will say, and whatever your sexuality is, right? People will say, that's why all my friends are female friends because I can't trust nobody around my girlfriend and this and that and all this other stuff. Bruh, it's the people that you're choosing. Like I have friends. I have I have a lesbian friend, right? And she's always talking about how, what did she tell me? She was like, um, it really doesn't matter what she said. What'd you say? Okay, to be honest with you, I didn't even see that, sweetheart. I'm sorry. You asked me, you said, are you afraid to fall in love? I'm not afraid to fall in love because that you just don't want to be hurt anymore. It's okay to let someone fall in love. To be honest with you, I'm not afraid to fall in love. I want to fall in love. I am very cautious. See, this is what I try to express to people. I'm a different breed of person. I have children, so I have to think about everything. A lot of times we get with people and they look good, they sound good, and we find out they're a whole mess. Okay. I learned that, you know, really, really getting to know someone and patience with someone and like looking at every factor of that person. Do you guys probably don't believe this, but I've seen it because a lot of people feel as though they can come to me and talk to me, which you can. And people will get in relationships with people, right? and everything will look good and everything will sound good. And you guys know we talk about the cover letter, right? You guys know I've been through this before. We talk about the cover letter where you meet somebody and they open all the stops for you. They open the door for you. They start out sending you all these little messages. Um, they sit there. Oh, I'm not the first thing out of their mouth. I'm not like that. And they get to talking about their ex relationships, and it's a formality. It's always, oh well, my ex didn't do this, and my ex didn't do that, and I couldn't talk to my ex, and this. Which is a total turn off for me. The whole ex bashing. Um, but I said that to say I'm not afraid to fall in love. I'm very particular. I I'm gonna, with all due respect, the God's honest truth is, and I swear on my life, you know what I'm saying? And I don't be swearing on people. I swear on my kids. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and be out the boat, do that. The real reason why I am single is because one of my children, I have to make sure that I can fully trust a person around my children. Secondly, really the first thing, the first reason, the very, 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 very first reason why I am single is because I'll say it again. I have not met anyone who has met my expectations of communication. See, I've come across a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you how I date, right? I'm gonna tell you how I believe dating should go. Someone courts you, someone you meet someone. You talk on the phone, you text each other back and forth, may whatever time span, because sometimes people put a time stamp on stuff. Whatever, is your procedure, it's your procedure. I'm not taking away from anybody, okay? Meet someone, like I said, you meet someone, you text, you talk, um, maybe whatever your time span is. Some people like to say maybe a month later they want to meet a person. Not me. No, I actually met someone. I want to say it's been about 3 months. I actually no, had phone conversations with someone for like 2 months now and never met this person. I don't even contact that person no more for whatever reason. We don't even go get into that because then I'm just gonna make me angry. But anyway, um, so my dating, like I said, is texting, talking, mostly talking, and then like after maybe say it's a Wednesday, maybe Saturday we meet each other, or because some people date, or different times or whatever like that for their own protection or for whatever reason. So it might be a month or whatever. I ain't waiting a month and 2 months to meet nobody. That shit is dead with me. I'm sorry. That's just not how I do it. I'm a very sociable person. I'm a very intimate person. I am, what I mean by intimate person, I like to be in the person's presence. I said this before. I like to sit down over dinner, sit down over a conversation, just sit out back. I have a nice, beautiful patio out back with a nice grill, some nice little patio chairs. I have a beautiful view. I'm a very, you know, like not touchy feely like that and to touch people. That too. But anyway, but um communication, being in a person's presence, the protection of my kids. And that's the major thing. I haven't met anyone that met my communications and what it needs. And what I mean about that is, like I said yesterday, if I can't call you and talk to you about anything, I'm sorry. I don't want to be with, I can't. Or if I can't call you again, if I can't call you and talk to you about anything, I mean anything, bruh. Anything without you getting offended, or I don't want to hear that, or anything negative. Nah, because I'm not going to do that to you. If you come to be like, Dag, I saw my ex in the mall, you know what I'm saying? We had a little conversation, she kept it moving, I kept it moving, or, I saw, whatever, we hugged or whatever, and we were like, oh, I haven't seen you, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm the type of person, you can tell me anything. I am not, and I had to get on somebody about that yesterday. I'm not messy. I'm not a jealous person. I am a very open person. And again, I have not found anybody that have met my expectations on communicating. I have had been in situations, like I said yesterday, where I went to tell, oh my God, I ran into somebody. They said, oh, I don't want to hear that. Or what you telling me that for? because you're my boo and I want to be able to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what happens too, right? I've been in this situation too where I've had friends whose significant others were being unfaithful to them, and I've gone to tell them, and they were like, well, they don't want to hear about it, whatever, whatever. I've been in a situation too before where I dated somebody and their best friend tried to talk to me. And I was like, you better get your boy, or, you better get him. And of course, because our communication was not like really where it was at, it ended up to where it made me look like I was the lie. Communication is so fucking important to me. And to be able to communicate with someone. Because I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. And I understand a lot of people's communication barriers are because they've been verbally abused by other people. Just like what I just said, they've gone to say, "Hey, babe, can I talk?" Wait a minute, my laptop is getting hot. "Hey, babe, can I talk to you?" And they go to, "Yeah, sure." They go to talk, and after they talk to that person, you know, it's a whole nother problem. You guys, I come on here and I speak from experience. I had this happen to me where I was talking to somebody. I thought this person was a really great person. Talking to this person, we had a conversation. This person listened to every freaking thing I said. Never spoke a word. So I'm like, okay, so you listen. Okay, I think I might like you. You actually listen. You don't interrupt me. You actually listen. Did this a couple times. And this is what I talk about a cover letter, how people bring the resume and bring the cover letter. Nice conversation, this. This person only listened to me, but the true color started to show. Another time, had a good conversation, listen. And there it went. They took everything I fucking said and just turned it around, was so judgmental about it. Like one time, I'm a dark skinned girl. I'm a dark chocolate, love my black, dark skin. Um, you say, can you tell when someone is in love with you? Um, I want to answer that question. Can you tell when someone is in love with you? No, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I cannot tell when someone is in love with me because my love is different. When I feel as though if someone is in love with someone, again, it gets back to the communication. If I feel like how I can tell when someone really like loves me and really is into me and this is when, of course, one, they listen, right? They listen to understand me. They listen to get to know me, and they do things because anybody can talk, right? Anybody can talk. I've always been an action person. I used to tell my ex all that all the time. I'm about action. You can talk until you are purple in the face. People do it all the time, but it's about one's action. And I think this goes back to dating a person. And for me, when I feel as like someone loves me or is in love with me, they show me, and they show me by communicating with me. They show me by, um, you know, um, rewarding me, and I don't mean reward by buying me stuff because I'm not the type of person. Anybody knows this. People have offered to buy me all types. I'm like, no, I'm good and whatever. If somebody sends me something, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't want it or whatever like that. But I try to show people I'm not about always receiving gifts and stuff like that, but rewarding me by knowing that I like a good morning text. So you always send me good morning text, knowing that I like that good night text. So you send me good night text. I'm not about the talk. I'm about someone showing me. And when a person shows me that they love me, in love with me, whatever, it's rewards, meaning things that I like. I'm like, hey, this person sends me, like I said, good mornings, good nights, does this, does that, it's great, this and that. So I know that they're showing some type of love for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's my way of knowing that someone's love. Because a person can say they love you all day. We all love differently. We all have different expectations of love. I'm not about anybody telling me they love me or they're in love with me. I'm about people showing me. And the way to show me personally is I'm sorry to show me the things I like, which is not a lot of fucking text. If you can't text or send an email, a pigeon, a bird, or whatever, really a phone conversation is actually better. But I'm just saying, if you can't reward me with the things that I like, then which is like I said, it's not financial things. It's just little cute little things that people do in relationship. Like there's people who will get a single rose every day. That's their thing. They know, that that's what like me, my favorite flowers, they're called calla lilies. They're gorgeous and beautiful, you know. Um it's little things that you do, not say, little things that you do. The words that are coming out my mouth do that shows a person that you're really interested in them, and you love them, and you care about them. And again, I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about the little things like communication. Hey, I'm here for you. I just, whatever. Let me tell y'all something. I am goofy with my love. I'm the goofy type of girl. I'm old school, you guys. I'm 43, 44. Wait a minute. 41075. How old am I? Anyway, I'm goofy with mine. Everybody requires something different. And again, don't let anyone bully you out of liking these things or having these expectations in your love relationships. Me, I'm goofy with it. I like the old school. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not all about financial, but I do like to receive like a nice flower basket. But what I mean by goofy is I remember, and I get so giddy, and look at me talking about it. I remember somebody sending me the old school note. Do you like me? Yes or no? I freaking love goofy stuff like that. So many people lack the goofiness, the funness of a relationship. It's just the same from how you doing? Da, 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 da. Send me a little note. Do you still like me, or do you like me? Yes or no? That to me, that's goofy. That's cute. When you do the little stuff that you do in your relationships, even in your friendships. I have a best friend. That's my bitch. That's my dog. That's my road dog. Like anybody mess with her, like I'm coming for you. And even she is has her own relationships or whatever. Matter of fact, I think she's getting ready to actually get married. She found herself a nice girl. Well, actually a nice woman. She's cute too. Her little fiance cute. Anyway, even with her, she every day we send each other, and these are fruitful relationships and friendships, you guys. It's the little things. And she sent me a text message yesterday, said, I hope your doctor's appointment goes well. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because like I said, I've been in pain and this, and this. And nobody's gonna send pictures. I know, sweetheart. But she even sent me a message. She was like, you know what? She was like, have a good, time in the doctor's, this, and she was like, I love you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. She was like, because you my sister. It's the little things to brighten someone's day. And even though she spoke it, she you know, showed me too, and that's just my friend. Like we did a radio show and everything together. Like it's the you guys got to get back to the little things. I like the little. You guys remember too how me and my girls, right, in school, we used to have no, I don't know how old some of y'all are, but I think everybody does this. You remember that in school? Well, me and my friends did this. We had a notebook, and we would all write in the notebook and write notes to each other and pass it along. And I always thought, like in school, I thought, one day I tried to show off, right? The teacher took the notebook because we were just writing, oh my gosh, look at him, or oh my gosh, this is this. I love um the goofy stuff. Like I love peanut M&Ms. Somebody asked me, my birthday's April 10th. What do you want for your birthday? I was like, you can give me a pack of peanut M&Ms. And they were like, really? That's all you require? All I require is the little things, like the little, but communication is very important to me. That is very, very, very important to me. And I think I've been coming across a lot of people that have been emotionally excuse me, and verbally assaulted, that one, they don't know how to handle like the raw truth, or they don't know how to handle, and it's hard for me to explain this, because I don't ever want to come off as being defensive. Um, but some of you have been like verbally abused and emotionally abused by other people about, ex relationships, that when the new person or anybody tries to talk to you, you're easily offended. And I personally can't deal with that. If I can't come to you and be like, um, uh, you know, Malika hurt my feelings because, she didn't remember my birthday and this, and this. And you remember too. Well, you didn't remember my birthday either. Either, I say either. So all of a sudden you offended, you upset when I wasn't even talking about you. Like, you guys understand what I'm saying? I haven't met anybody that met my expectations of communication, or met my expectations of how I think dating should go. I, again, hand claps to all of you guys that do long distance relationships. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I be telling people, because I ain't gonna lie, like, some my mentality a little bit is kind of like people like this is so crazy. Yeah, I hate to use that word, like a man's mentality. Like, I've met people, like, it's always people that live like over in like Nigeria, freaking Atlanta, freaking, even I live in Virginia. They live two in West Virginia. And I'm sitting here, they're like, oh, I'm trying to get to know you, this, and this. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I be thinking, now you live 3 hours away. And what I'm gonna do with you? Everybody's communication and the way that people want to communicate and date is different. I can't do it. I need to break bread with you. I need to sit with you. I'm a hugger. I'm the type of person, when I'm feeling down, I need to be able to hug you. I need to be able to, I require, and it sounds like a lot, but if you are a person of intelligent person, is, I don't mean no disrespect. If you are an intelligent person, me, what I'm saying sounds like a lot of expectations, but it's not. They're little things, because most women want you to take them to get their nails done, their hair done, everything did. They want a new pair of shoes. Oh, I want them Jordans, boo. If you don't give me them Jordans, I'm going to break up with you. I don't have none of those requirements. All I ask is that you listen to understand that I'm not willing to put out more than I'm not, willing to, than I put out. You know, little things like, good morning, boo, or good morning, whatever, good night, bless you. The little things are what I require. And it upsets me, because I'm like, I can't even get that. But yet I have friends who are in relationships and stuff, and they getting bills paid. They go, they're people they're dating or in a relationship with, buying them stuff. And it's funny, because it's like a simple woman like me, and it makes me emotional to talk about it. And I know that I'm not the only person that feels this way. My best friend Tyra says the same thing. Why does the little gal always finish last? Like, I have friends, like I said, they getting bills paid, like nails done, hair done, buying people like cars. And I'm not talking about temporary things. I'm talking about been with these people for like years or months or whatever. And they're like, this is who I am. If you can't get my nails done and my hair done and this, and this, and I'm gone. And the person be like, okay, 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 okay. But yeah, you get little old me that only wants a goofy ass letter and some damn communication. And I don't understand it. But I know the little guy does not always finish last. What it's about is finding someone that is equally aligned with you, equally a yoke with you. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to settle on the whole communication thing. I talk a lot. I've been talking for 39 whole damn minutes. I talk a lot. If I can't come to you and talk to you about anything, it's not going to work. That is my major thing of not being in a relationship. And also, I'm a very observant person, right? So I listen to how people conduct themselves and act. And I'm not a perfect person because, let the truth be told, you'd be amazed at some of the stuff I have in my closet. But I'm a very classy person that can get ghetto, because we all can get ghetto, okay? Whether you black, white, Indian, um, whatever. By the way, Surrey on my iPhone, his voice is Indian. I love it. He's like, "Hello, how are you?" I love it. I love it. I love it. I just had to say that. Anyway, someone knocking at my door. It is too early for this. What time is it anyway? Well, it's not early though. It's 11. But yeah, yeah, I'm not willing to compromise on that. I've been like that all my life. If I can't come to you and talk to you about anything, if I can't come to you and I'm vent and be like, oh my God, no, I can't, like I said, I'm a very affectionate person. I'm the type of person too where you don't even have to say anything to me. If I'm having a bad day or you're having a bad day, I just want you to know that I'm there. I want to know that you are there. We can just sit. I can just put my head on your shoulder. You could put your head. I don't require a lot. And it's amazing, you guys, right? And I know you guys see this too, how you see other people that are just sassy and mean and this and that. And they quote unquote get everything. They get, and we've been saying this for years. Us women, we've been like, for with men, we've been asking men this for years, right? Why is it that you will give men, because men are always talking about, oh, I don't want some money in my pockets. I don't want this, and this. But those are the ones y'all give everything to. Bae, get my nails done. Okay. Bae, I need $50. Bae, I need this. I need this. But yeah, you can't even treat a humble queen like me that don't require much with any due diligence or respect, or do the simple things that simple women and men, because women, y'all do it too. Y'all do it too. Y'all do the same thing to men. Y'all give the man that's whooping your ass, beating up on you, calling you all types of bitches and hoes and all that other stuff. Sorry, YouTube already said it wasn't kid friendly. Y'all give that dude everything. Or even lesbians. Y'all give the girl that's whooping your ass, messing around on you, running around, this. Y'all got so much respect for them people. But then you get somebody that is, and nobody's perfect. No, I'm by far perfect, because y'all see me yesterday. And let me say this real quick too. This is what I hate too, right? When you portray yourself, when you are one way, right? And people upset you, piss you off, whatever, and you have to get out of pocket. Then all of a sudden, oh my God, I can't believe she was doing that. I've never seen you act like that. I can't, what in the world is going on? Or they'll chitter chatter with their friends. Up, the real her came out. No, the real her didn't come out. It's that you brought her out. Okay. Because I am who I am. I am all that loving, kind, and this is nest, but I'm also a human being. And when you bring Camille out, you better watch out, because we all got an alter ego. Don't say you don't. I'm Kim. Yeah, I saw Camille yesterday, and I'm gonna tell y'all, that's that bitch you don't want to see. I'm telling y'all, but it's the little guy doesn't always win last. Comes up short, but it kind of feels like it, because I know I'm not the only person that um that feels this way. We see it. I'll say we see it all the time with people where, people will get with people, or or two, you'll like see someone, right? And you'll see how, you see them, their last relationship, from because you just know them, um or whatever. Let me, for example, over 8 years ago, I knew a guy, good father, um good father, was good friend, good to the neighborhood, good to the neighborhood. I'm talking about a awesome, exceptional, like the best freaking dad ever, y'all. I'm talking about this dude, like whatever, best husband, all of that. So, and I was his friend, so I knew him, right? So he ends up getting divorced because he found out his wife was like running around on him. And this is my story. So, like I said, you see people and they're so awesome and they're so good in their other relationships. Then you get with them and they're a piece of shit. And that's my story where I knew someone for over like 10 years. Myself end up having a child with this person because of this person's current relationship. This man does not call my daughter. He does not ask. You know, my daughter is 8 years old. She has not seen this man since she was like 2 or 3, and she actually remembers. She was like, "My dad said he was going to go get me some candy, and my baby's 8." But yet, when I knew this person for over 10 years. I'm talking about the best, like freaking super dad, Wiz Khalif. Okay, sweetie. I'm talking about like, because Wiz Khalifa is a good dad. Like, I don't know if you guys know that. Yeah, he gets high, smokes weed. He's a freaking awesome father. Wiz Khalifa is like, he's doing really good with Sebastian. So is Amber Rose. But anyway, and then you get with people and you find out for some reason you get with them and their whole demeanor changes. It's Yeah, I understand. Like it feels like the little guy finishes last all the time. But I promise you, um, you won't. And I'm gonna tell you why you won't. If you take time to really invest in people, excuse me, and I'm not talking about financially invest in people. I'm talking about really watch a person's traits and their actions and see how they match up with what your expectations are or whatever it is that you're looking for. Like me, I had a couple of people that I dated told me this because I was so into these people, I didn't take heed to this. When a person shows you who they are, who they really are, believe them. And that goes the same for me. Like I am not going to sit up here and say that I'm a perfect person, but I know that I'm a good person. I'm a good woman, and I know that I have a lot to offer. I'm a go-getter. I go get her. I make a way. I'm the type of person if I get to where I need to be, is if I even if I gotta walk, I'm a go getter. I'm very smart. I consider myself, to be very intelligent. I'm a human being, so there is a side of me where if you upset me, yeah, I'm going to be upset, and I might get out of pocket and get to shaking my head. That's what anybody. But know your worth, know your self worth, know what you are and are not willing to settle with, and what you are and are not willing to deal with, and be very observant. And this is the thing. I love when people show me who they really are by the things they say about their action, because it lets me know if I'm willing to deal with that person. And there are people who have said things to me. Who Jesus. When the Holy Spirit comes in, y'all, he comes in. I'm just, oh my God, can I finish my conversation? There are people who said stuff to me jokingly, but because I am the woman that I am, I've taken it very, very seriously, because I believe that when people reveal certain parts of themselves, it's something to be said. You know what I'm saying? Um, for example, I don't know. I don't even want to pinpoint um anything specific, because you never, like I said, I'm not going to whitewash anything on my channel. I'm not going to, not say anything because I don't want to offend anybody. But today I'm just going to kind of, because I still, unfortunately, have very sensitive people in my life. So, and I'm not going to do that, because anything that I ever say, I only say it to, like, as be example, set example, and make people more aware of things. Because I'm in my early 40s, and I've had people way older than me, 63, 70, people younger than me come to me and be like, you know what? Wow, you taught me something. Like, I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's maybe why someone is acting the way they act, or why someone, um, you know, um, for whatever reason. And like I said, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I like to learn things from people, but this is what I do. I encourage people to like really be observant of people. Um, and one thing, the way that you can be observant is to, when they're talking about their past relationships, to really pay attention to that. And that's something that I didn't do before. I dated people who um was always like, oh, my ex did this and my ex did that and this, blah, 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 blah. And at some point you gotta be like, what part did you play in that? Because when I'm here with you guys and I'm talking about any of my last situations, I always say, yeah, I could have done A, B, and C a little better, or I could have spoken to this person a little better. That's one thing I will say, is that I have enough class and enough maturity to be like, I could have played my part in, certain situations a lot better too. I've always been that type of person though. And I teach my kids that, don't worry about what the other man is doing. Not man, but always keep the focus on yourself. Because how people are always talking about, well, he did this to me and she did that to me. Well, what part did you play in it? How? Because you in it too. So how did you? First of all, there's always something that we could have done better, whether in a relationship, a friendship, a marriage, or whatever. We could have been, whatever this, like, again, whatever the situation is, that's just the way life is. There's something that we always could have done better. And it's not to say that beating yourself up over it. It's that, acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying, and take ownership of it. And a lot of people don't like to do that. They just want to blame, 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 and blame. And what really kills me, right? And I'm guilty of this too, is dealing with someone, breaking up with the person, talking mad shit about them. And I'm guilty of it too. Oh, they were funky. Their hygiene wasn't this, and they were this, and that. Because I've done that. Dated somebody, and we gotta stop doing that. I don't do it anymore because it's really stupid to me. But what I'm saying is, say you date somebody and you notice that their hygiene isn't up to par. Try not to laugh. But bruh, sis, you dated that person for 3 or 4 years, and you want to break up with them and tomorrow they didn't wash their ass good. But you was with him for 3 or 4 years. So for 3 or 4 years, you dated someone that didn't bathe or wash their behind or whatever good. And now you upset. All of a sudden they funky and dirty and this and this. But you was laying up with that funky, dirty person. And y'all, I'm guilty of it too. I've done it before. Oh, that funky ass, this, and this. And it wasn't until, you know, recently, not recently, currently, maybe about a year or two ago, I stopped doing that shit because I'm like, but you was with this person though, so we gotta stop doing that too. Always, because when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense, right? Oh, this person, but you was with him though. And like I said, I'm guilty. When I speak, I'm not pointing my finger at nobody. I always say I'm just as guilty for those things too. But a lot of times I learned the hard way with stuff. But I encourage people to listen, to understand, listen to get to know. Don't listen to judge a little bit. And what I mean by a little bit is that if you know you're looking for a certain thing, and by talking to this person and interacting with that person, and you don't feel as though that person needs your expectations, because there ain't nothing like y'all. And this is too, where I've been a victim of this, and I'm sure you guys have too. Where you get with somebody and they look good, feels good, but yet it's just something about them. And you continue to deal with them, but it's just still, y'all, something about them. And you go on and you try to love them and you try to, be like, I can deal with this. I really love this person. This person has other good qualities. Let me tell you guys something. At my age, y'all, I'm not fitting to settle. I can't do it. I can't. I want it my way. I want it how I like it. how I need it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't want to deal with somebody that drinks or smokes. And a person might say, well, I occasionally drink and smoke or whatever. If you know, y'all, if you know that's going to be a problem, don't do it. You don't want any type of resentment or, y'all, time is something we cannot get back. And I know y'all are feeling me when I say this. Time is something. Have you ever just sat back and be like, dang, I put so much time into that relationship, into that friendship, and look where I'm at now with it. Where I put so much time and so much time, y'all, effort. I know y'all feel me. Time and effort and forgiveness. And it's okay, babe. It's okay. I know no one's perfect and this. But you still miserable. I have someone right now, right? And I am still the type of girl where I have I have friends that are married and they'll come to me like, Kim, my wife is acting up, this and this. And I always tell people, talk to her, or husband or whatever. Talk to your husband, talk to your mate, work it out and this. But I've learned this too. Sometimes there's things that cannot be worked out. I have a friend that's going through this now where she dated a guy years ago and they didn't work out. He's married. He's been married for 13 years. He reached out to her and he was like, I've been trying to make my marriage work for the last 2 years, telling her that he missed her and this. And she's like, Kim, I told him, work it out with your wife and this. And he did it for a little while. He keeps calling my friend. He keeps calling her and he's like, I really miss you and this. And she's like, Kim, I'm not trying to ruin nobody's marriage and this. And I keep trying to tell him to, work it out with his wife. And this is what I told her yesterday. And this is after learned experience because I always been the type of woman too. No, work it out with the person. You guys been together for 13 years, 10 years, 2 years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You guys really, whatever. There's sometimes where you do have to give the advice where, because this is what I told her. I said, I'm going to tell you something. Because I said, well, how long has he been reaching out to you? She said, well, he's been married to this girl, well, woman, excuse me, for 13 years. And he's been reaching out to me for like a year. And he's gone back to her. And there's times where I haven't heard from him, but he keeps coming back just saying, it's just not work. Because people do grow apart. And sometimes, y'all, it's nothing that anybody did. Sometimes people just grow apart. But anyway, she's just like, I told him no, I'm not going to be anybody's second. This isn't it. I said, well, let me tell you something. I said, well, this is what I believe about that situation. I said, he's not happy. And he has tried to work it out. You feel what I'm saying? He has tried to work it out. He's gone back and this, and he's not happy. I said the end result to this is he's going to keep reaching out to you because he's not happy. And it may be your best advice to him is to keep being his friend and just I don't know. Me personally, in a situation like that, if I was came across someone who was married and they kept reaching out to me or whatever, my first instinct would be to, well, talk to your mate, try to work it out, this, and this. But see, this is my thing. This is the key point right here. For that person keeps reaching out because this person lives like fucking freaking not even 2 hours away from her. So it's not like, she's messing with this married man or anything like that. He lives literally on the whole other side of the world in a whole nother state. And, like I said, she's still encouraging him and this, but he's still reaching out to her. He's offered her to come, pack up her things and move to that state. He's even offered to move to Virginia where we lived at. It's because he's still reaching out to her. He's offered her to come, pack up her things and move to that state. He's even offered to move to Virginia where we lived at. It's because relationship that they're not happy. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. Time is something that you can't get back, right? And I believe in, you guys know, right? You guys know me, you know my story. Um, you know, I told anybody that knows me in real time that I've talked to about this. I was telling you guys how I felt as though, in that situation that I had invested mentally, emotionally, financially over 2 years. So I was willing to like hold on to the relationship. I was like, Tech and I invested in this person, mentally, emotionally, financially, invested. I'm not going to give up. Yeah, this person is acting up. Yeah, this person A, B, and C, but I'm not willing to give up. You guys, I was so miserable. Sometimes you do have to let go of your investments. I learned it the hard way after months of grief and anxiety and depression and almost losing my fucking mind, literally almost losing my mind, that sometimes you have to let go of your investment. So what I told her was, I said, your advice might be to him to separate. See me, I'm a stickler on seeing people unhappy. I'm a stickler on seeing people in verbally, mentally, and physically abusive relationships. Like, again, y'all been there too. 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. I dealt with someone who was physically abusive to me. And I used the excuse that, oh, I was young and I didn't know any better. I knew that this person was not supposed to be putting their hands on me. But to even sit here and talk to you guys about it, I can't even come up with anything, but I was just young and stupid. And because I was already raised in an abusive home, maybe part of me felt like, it was supposed to happen, even though I knew it wasn't supposed to happen. That's why I'm not into judging people about why they stay in relationships or why they do this and this. I just tell people just to like really think about it though, really be observant because time is something we cannot get back. And I know that I'm not willing to spend another 2, 3 years um on a fake relationship or a half-ass relationship or a half-ass non-communicative communication relationship. I am not willing to do that. I am either you're all the way in or your ass is out. And like I was saying to you, the person that asked me about, being scared and this, and I'm not scared of any of that. I'm not scared to fall in love. I'm not scared to be with anybody. I just have to make sure that it's like this with a person, like we are on the same page with honesty, like with, I've met people who believe in telling half the truth. I've met people who believe, you know, um, you know, that their partner should know unless they ask, or nah, tell me. I want to know. Tell me. Let me grieve and be sad and upset and go through the process. If I found out another way, your ass is grass. Um, but no, at no time, just like, even with meeting someone, I'm an open book. I'm very transparent and I'm very open. I've met people that have said to me, oh no, I don't, you know, I would never tell the new person that I'm dealing with that I have exes in my life that still are coming after me or are still interested in me. And I'm on both sides of the fence with that. I guess depending on the person that you meet, maybe you can't tell that person that. But me, I'm an open book. I want to know, like, because I want to know, like, why you still dealing with this person. Because I do believe in cordial relationships. I've had people that I dated that I still have communication with. But I'm very open about that. Yeah, this is my ex. We talk from time to time. Um, it's a hi and goodbye thing. But I don't believe in half-ass telling the truth about anything. I believe because this is my thing, and I said this to y'all before. I don't like to be put in a situation again, you guys. I've been put in a situation where dating somebody, and remember I told you guys we sitting at the table playing cards, and this girl kept looking at me like she has something to say, or like she had a problem with me, and I didn't even know this young lady. Come to find out, she was messing with the guy that I was messing with, and that's why she was looking at me, and everybody knew but me. And I'm like, why is this girl in my face or whatever. Just like I've met people who are still friends with their exes, exes that are still desperate for them, still want to be with them, who they still, have emotional attachments to. I don't got time for none of that. There's nothing wrong with you being friends with your ex, but still having a emotional attachment to these people. I'm sorry, that don't work for me. I'm sorry because I might see my end game, right? My end game is marriage. Like I'm not here to be in this world to be messing with Tina and Bob and Joe and this and that and every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's not my end goal. My end goal is to be married, to build empires, to build, to just to build with somebody who wants to build, to connect with somebody who just wants to leave an impact on this world and just do something positive and amazing, do something positive, and amazing together. And I I to each their own, right? I have a problem with being in a committed relationship, being in a marriage with someone who thinks that it's okay to pay their ex's bills. There ain't no fucking way I'm going for that. I wish I would. You mean to tell me now? It's a difference between this person having children with this person. Okay, yes, you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, even that because I dated someone who was still paying, and I get it. I get it at first, and it bothered me a little bit, but I understood because it was the children, where this person felt as though um he had to pay her gas and electric bill. And he was like, my kids are there, so I'm going to make sure her bills are paid. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you're letting her think. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I kind of have a problem with that because, and it's not like this young lady did not have a job. It's not like she didn't have an income. It's that she was doing these things because she knew that he was going to pay it. And I know for me, people, we don't look the long. And no, some of you might be okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I'll be damned if I'm married to somebody who's still paying the ex-wife's bills or the ex-girlfriend's bills, even with children. We're not doing that. Even if I'm sorry, you bruh, sis, you go get your kids. I'm I'm not doing it, and I'm allowed to feel that way. You guys know what I'm saying? There's so many situations out here that people are bullied into, and people are made to feel like they shouldn't feel this way or they shouldn't feel that way. I'm sorry, and I'm allowed to feel that way. I'm not going for that. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would be married in a marriage situation and your ex calls you or you're in a committed relationship and your ex, oh, I need $120 to pay the electric. I wish you would. I don't care if it is money. I wish a nigga would take their money and pay their ex's bills. It just now if you're single, then you can do that. But when you're like if you're single and you're dating and you're just getting to know people, then you can do that. But when you're in a committed relationship and you're thinking about getting married and connecting with a person and all that other stuff, that's not cool. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all say. That's not cool. I wish I would find that out that somebody that I was committed to and I'm, sharing my financials and stuff with is still paying car notes for exes and and this, and all this other stuff. I dated someone too who was paying his ex-wife's utilities, and their kids were in college. Well, when the kids come home sometime, people will only do what you allow them to do. People fail to realize, and me too. While we have had unsuccessful relationships, my relationships have been unsuccessful because I allow people to give me less than what I put out to them. Some of us, you all, me, you all have unsuccessful relationships because we allow any old thing and because we settle. We settle on things that are really, really important to us, and we allow people to bully us into thinking that we're wrong because we want those little things. And it's not right. It's not right. It is not right. It's not right at all. So don't let anybody bully you out of your expectations. Because I always said too, when you start having because people always ask me, what are your expectations in a relationship? And I used to say, I don't have any expectations because when you start having expectations for people, you'll get disappointed every time. And that's still true. But then I had to switch it up and say, well, these are some of my, expectations. I'm looking for somebody that can communicate really well. I'm looking for someone who, is a faithful, loving, loyal, type of person. This is next because a lot of times when you give people that open, oh, I don't have no expectations, this, they take advantage of that, and that's what's been happening to me. People take advantage of that because they'll ask me, well, what are your expectations? And um I used to be like, I don't have no expectations. I just kind of go with the flow. I'm not judgmental. Um, uh, I just, I'm very forgiving. Um, we can work it out. And you guys, I was miserable because I was, yes, ma'am. Oh, you can talk to me any kind of way. Oh, you can screw me over. Oh, I'm gonna forgive you. I'm gonna, and then I was miserable. No, sir, no, ma'am. Not no more. We have to. This is what people get away from too. We get away from doing exactly what you and I are doing right now, sitting down, talking to people. Remember back in the days, y'all, when people would actually sit down and have a conversation? A lot of this is the other thing people, the society has made. That one that's talking. I hear you, Mother Nature. Society has made having a conversation this dreadful. Oh, you're a gold digger, or you're this, or you're judging me. No, it is nothing wrong with sitting down and doing exactly this. Well, what do you work? What are your career goals, or where do you see yourself in 5 years? And tell me about your family, especially the part about a person's career and finances. Because remember, I told you guys too, there's nothing wrong with wanting to date or marry someone that's doing a little bit better than you. There's nothing wrong with wanting to date, um, or I should say, commit to someone or marry someone that can provide you with security, emotional security, financial security. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not being a gold digger, especially when you have your own. Now it's a different thing when you're a gold digger and you have no, income or whatever, and you're just out there looking for somebody that's going to take care of you and this, which there's actually men and women out here that don't mind doing that. Me, I have to pay my way. Um, I always say this: it's never what you do; it's always how you do it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I want to date with somebody that makes a little bit more than me." So when we do come together, we have that security or whatever like that, or God forbid something happen. I know that this person, what I'm saying, can handle the weight or whatever. There's nothing wrong with wanting security, mentally, emotionally, financial. There's nothing wrong. It's people. It's never what you say or what you do. It's how you do it and how you approach the situation. And society has made this whole thing of sitting down and talking about life and goals and expectations this horrible thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love to sit down and be like, well, hey, I'm Kim, and these are my businesses, and and I tell people every day, I'd never portray myself to be something that I'm not. I haven't my cooking business, and I have a food handler's license, which is very hard to get. I also have a liquor license. And I have not done anything with my I have not done anything with my I'm smelling outside. Somebody's putting mulch or something down. I haven't done anything with my food business in almost a year. For whatever reasons, personal reasons, financial reasons, transportation reasons. I have a whole food handler's license. I have a whole business license to cater. I haven't done anything with that for a year. And one reason is because I don't like it as much as I used to. Now I have this whole, heat press machine. You guys see my little heat press machine here. My little 5-in-1. I got two t-shirts I'm supposed to be doing. And then I showed you guys I got my office is a mess. I have to excuse me. I finally got um I'm sorry, y'all. My laptop, because I'm over here running my mouth. My laptop is running low. I got let's see if you guys can see it. I got finally my brother's circuit cutter, this thing here. You guys see it? This thing right there. Where you take I have a program that I download into my laptop or my computer because I have a desktop too. And I print out what I want to go on the t-shirts and stuff here. That's what I'm kind of focused. Everybody keeps on asking me, Kim, what's up with your food business? I still see you have ads on Craigslist. And I'm like, I'm not so into that anymore. I want to get back into it. But again, I don't portray myself to be nothing that I'm not. And I tell people, I got a food business, I got this business, that business, and right now it's not going so well. And that gives a person the opportunity because a person might not, see that as security to them. I wouldn't. I'm keeping it real, and I'm talking about myself. You want what you want, and you're allowed um to want those things. You're allowed to say, "Well, this person hasn't worked in 2 years." I'm gonna tell you guys, we live in a world where a recession can happen anytime, and from what I've been hearing is that we're in the midst right now of going into recession. So again, it's never what you do; it's how you do it. So it's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I want to, uh, commit myself to someone or marry someone that has six figures." You know, it's about the mindset. Don't go into it being a gold digger and just, I want someone that just taking care of me or whatever like that. Because honey, people don't like that. That's played out. Like I said, there are people, men and women, that don't mind the whole housewife thing, the real housewife, not these ghetto housewives that y'all see on TV. Um, but I'm talking the real style housewives,